Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be making honey garlic chicken and veggies. It's one of my absolute favorite crock pot meals. It's easy and boy, does it taste so good. Also stick around because I will be doing a put up and decorate my Christmas tree with me. So if you would like to see that, just stick around. Okay, so starting out this recipe, I'm just going to make the sauce first, and it's super easy to do. It looks like there's a ton of ingredients, but honestly, it's really not that much. Okay, so first I'm going to take some soy sauce. Low sodium is what this recipe calls for, and I'm going to measure it by 1/2 cup. Then the next thing I'm going to take is just some honey. Any honey will do. This is just great value. In fact, now that I think about it, I think everything I used is great value. So I'm just going to measure out 1/2 cup of honey also. I think this is the hardest part, honestly, of the whole entire process of this crock pot meal, because honey is so hard to get out. If you have a solution on how to get it out a lot easier than this, because I had to squeeze, I think I have carpal tunnel now, please let me know. I'd love any tricks and advice on that. Okay, now I'm going to take some ketchup. This calls for 1/4 cup of ketchup. If this is starting to kind of sound like a really weird combination for a sauce, I promise you it is so delicious. Once I start putting the seasoning in, I mean, I could probably drink this as it is. It just smells so delicious. So now I'm going to take my measuring spoons. I'm done with the measuring cup. I will not need it again. And I'm going to take a 1 tablespoon of garlic cloves, or minced garlic. You can use 2 garlic cloves is what it calls for, but I am just using minced garlic because I'm lazy like that. And I'm putting just 2 good globs in there because I love garlic. And then the next thing I will be doing is, this calls for 1 teaspoon of dried basil, but I didn't have any dried basil, so I just went ahead and used, I skipped that step, but you can use it. And I am taking 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano. And then I will be taking a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. I always like to just take peel the little tops off and just scoop it in there. It's less messy. And it just makes the process so much faster. And then I'm just taking a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, now after whisking all of that together, I am putting my crock pot on low because I'm going to cook this for about 6 hours. You can also cook it on high for, I believe, 3 or 4 hours. But since I actually got started early, I am going to cook it as long as I can. Okay, so I have already rinsed my chicken thighs. This recipe calls for 8 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, but my husband does not like anything with the bone in it, so I'm just using skinless, boneless chicken thighs. I still think it turns out great. but you're more than welcome to use what has been suggested. Please excuse my lighting. It's a gloomy, rainy day. It's just, ugh. Anyway, so now I'm going to take 16 ounces of baby red potatoes. You can rinse them, but I kind of skipped out on that step. And then I'm just going to cut it into 4 halves. Alright, after that I'm going to take a 16-ounce bag of baby carrots also, and I'm just going to pour them in there. It doesn't call to cut them or do anything. And then I am taking, it calls, I believe, for like, I think a 12 or another 16 ounce. I'll have it in the recipe in the description box below. But this was all that I could find. I couldn't even find fresh green beans at our store, so I just had to make do with this bag. And honestly, I don't remember what ounce it was, but it was enough. It was enough, so my crock pot is completely filled up. And the only thing to do left for right now is to just drizzle the sauce all over it. Try to possibly get it over every vegetable and the chicken and not just in one area. Throughout, you'll be stirring it at least every 2 hours if possible. Okay guys, so if you can't tell, I already put the tree up. We had a little side table over here, so I just moved it out of the way somewhere else for right now. And I swept and I mopped this area, even though I don't know why, because probably when I start fluffing the tree, it's gonna get like all these little faux pine needles all over the ground anyway, but that's fine. I'll sweep it again. At least my tree skirt will cover any spot that like I didn't get to. So it took me maybe a minute. It took me like a minute to put this tree up. It was already put together from last year. It's just a pre-lit tree, and it comes in 3 pieces, and we got it at Walmart 2 years ago. It does different things. It has multicolored lights and then the white lights, and you can make them do other things like twinkle or whatever, but I am not a huge fan of the multicolored lights anymore. They used to be really just warm and pretty, and now they're like an LED type of light, so I don't ever keep it on it. It just doesn't look good to me. I don't like it. So I normally keep this on just the white lights, whatever, classic white lights. And so this is like our family tree in here, and I decorate it with a lot of family ornaments that have been either passed down when I was little, or I started getting them when Abby was born, and then like throughout all the years for each of the girls. And I do put another tree up in our dining room. I didn't do it last year because I was lucky enough to get this tree up on my own in a wheelchair and decorated, and that was about all I could do. So this year I will be putting my other tree up in the dining room, and it's just an old pre-lit tree that all the lights went out on, so I have to string the lights myself, which is fine. If you would like to see that tree, because I'm not sure how I want to decorate it yet. 2 years ago I did a Candyland theme, and I will insert a photo of it in just a moment. But I don't know what I want to do with it this year. I may go like, and sorry y'all, it's shaking like really bad. I may do like a pretty just simple decorated tree, just something that I normally wouldn't do. But I do the same thing with our family tree every year. That's just how I like it. I have all the stuff for it. I don't like to go and spend a whole bunch of money each year to do something different. And I feel like the tree is more personal to us that way. So that's how I do this tree. And I do use mesh ribbon still. I know the other year it was like not in style anymore, but I don't care. I still use it. And anyway, so I'm going to take you along as I decorate this tree, and I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so the first thing that I'm going to do is fluff my tree. The only good thing about not putting it back in the box the other year and just having it stand up outside, it doesn't need too much work, but still it needs some TLC on the fluffing. I do not like fluffing at all because I'm kind of OCD perfectionist when it comes to it, and I could literally spend all day and still not like how it looks. Okay guys, it's been about 6 hours and I am going to take my chicken thighs out. It's optional to do this, you don't have to, but I want it to have kind of like a little bit of a crust to it. So I sat my broiler on my oven to high. And now I'm just going to very carefully try to take these out. They're so like tender that they're falling apart. So if you don't get all of it out and you have little pieces here and there, that's totally okay. I also grabbed some vegetables, so I just took them out and put them back in the crock pot. Okay guys, so now we have a finished Christmas tree and a finished crock pot meal. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I'm extremely close to my 100 subscribers and I will be doing a giveaway. So please look forward to that video, hopefully very soon. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I'm so excited to give back by just doing a decent giveaway. Nothing extravagant, but just a thank you. And if you like this video, like I said, please give it a thumbs up. If there's a certain video you would like to see in the future, please comment below and let me know. Also, let me know how you decorate your tree for Christmas, and do you use more than one tree in your house? And I would love to have you join my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I will be doing much more Christmas decorating with me. And thank you for bearing through my voice. It's still awful. So until next time, I will see you guys.